Howdy, this is Carbonyl Dota, and today we are looking at a replay analysis of a Windranger mid. This guy is Legend 3, and he had to say about this game, he's against Kunkka. He found him hard to deal with because Kunkka's tanky and you can't dodge Tidebringer with E. Windranger's his most played hero, Grandmaster tier, and he struggles with those kinds of heroes, especially ones with plenty of magic damage that stay behind like Skywrath, or tanky heroes that can damage me through your wind run. So this is a party ranked game, 5 stack it looks like, and they lost their lanes. Your lane wasn't ideal, you found it manageable. Slightly delayed item timings. And could have done more to relieve the pressure of my team to make it easier on them. But I found that tricky since the enemy was pretty elusive with the way they played. So let's take a look. Kunkka can be a tough matchup for a lot of heroes. Like specifically against some like ranged heroes who he'll just buy like double bracer, and there's like you cannot do enough damage to him to mitigate all of that. So going for pretty high starting damage item builds. That seems reasonable to me because Kunkka's got really high base damage and like goes for denies a lot. Windranger's not great at last hitting, so that's helpful. It might slow down your bottle a little bit, but you know, it's life. Your other alternative is basically just taking W level 1, and I think most Windranger mids do that anyways, and just using it to secure like 2 out of every 4 CS in the wave, or if you can set up to get like 2 or 3 at like in one power shot, that's like really good. It's kind of weird. So you creep aggro, and you're like standing in the wave, and then you don't creep aggro. So when you are against a character who is going to like threaten a lot of denies because they have really high base damage for whatever reason, I don't think it's best to creep aggro level 1 like right when the waves meet, because it's going to set up like a last hit and deny, and it's going to make it a weird situation like this. Like what you should do is, if you're going to do this, you need to creep aggro again so that the Kunkka can't walk up. Like you're going to creep aggro, do it, and then do it again right here and like draw it down this way, and then you will have a slightly easier time. Like for the Kunkka to continue to like go for this, it's gonna like put him like way out of the wave. The alternative is you just attack down. The alternative is like right when the creeps meet, you just attack the wave down a little bit. Like it's important for mids to like push the wave out. That's kind of like the meta right now. Yeah, you're like this whole thing that you're doing is gonna like push the wave into really hard, and that's gonna let the Kunkka kind of go for all the last hits in CS he wants. Versus if the lane's pushing into him really hard, he's gonna be more pressured to like go for his own last hits, and you might be able to get more right clicks in on him, which is like, yeah, he can somewhat deal with, but it's also still annoying. Like it's what you should be going for. So like if you just go watch high MMR mid players, like just go watch like 2 replays, and like just note that they'll just auto attack the first wave down, and for the most part they're not going to do this creep aggro stuff on like the very first wave right when the creeps meet. If one of them's at severe disadvantage, they will, and then they'll usually pull it twice. Like I don't play mid, but like that's like kind of the only thing you can do to like get those creeps. Okay, you're really late on that power shot there. Like here, the only thing I would care about is these 3 CS, and you can kind of set it up to get them all in one power shot. Like try and get these 2 front ones a little bit lower, and then, you know, charge up your power shot like when he goes for any of the denies, because like here he's clearly going for this deny, and yeah, you're just a little slow on that. It's like isn't ideal, but we're like kind of missing a lot of CS. This guy is playing it pretty well. Okay, yeah, our just CSing is like not that good. Try and be a little more ready. I don't know what else to say other than, you know, like this creep like, I'm not saying you 100% get it, but, like, you have to be ready to hit it. Like, there's nothing stopping you from turning around and trying to hit this right now, and then you just, like, don't. So, it's just too slow. This is a good power shot. Secure the range creep and hit him at the same time. Yeah, our bottle's going to be real slow because our CS has been not that great. Yeah, against hard matchups like this, like, my thought would be, I don't know if you've had an opportunity to, yeah, I don't think so, but basically, like, you can kind of stack this camp with, like, a power shot, and then, like, stack it, like, once or twice, and then, like, go farm it once you've got, like, 3 points of power shot, you know? Like, you're not gonna out CS this guy in the lane, but you can mitigate his advantage in the lane by, like, getting some jungle farm up. And, you know, if he's really good, he'll do both, but, yeah, what can you do? You're a legend, so you're probably not going to be facing against, like, 8k immortal mids. I think it's a little hard, but, like, you don't ever want to stand, like, right here in the middle. Like, this is giving him free Tidebringers. Like, yes, it's not that hard if you're, like, over here for him to, like, slightly walk, but, like, make it slightly difficult. Like, don't just stand there and take it for free. Like, standing in the mid lane, like, not moving around is, like... Sorry, not in the mid lane, but in the middle of the lane, like, right, like, along a... Like, if you imagine a line going straight down the... You're basically just standing on the mid line. So... Yeah. We flood our bottle really late here. Not really late. It's 207... But yeah, this is like 10 seconds slow. That kind of matters. You're in a tough spot, like you're under a lot of pressure, but it would basically be here already. You know what I mean? And like it would literally be here already. So maybe you're gonna get yours. No, you're not even gonna get yours. If you were literally just filling your bottle out the second that you had the gold for it, it would have been here already, and you could have used all 3 charges and then picked up this rune. So this is like really griefing your own game just because you like forgot to like press your quick buy, which kind of sucks. Almost missed that CS, but we didn't. Good, we're good. Okay, so you're body blocking a little bit. So like in this situation, this is like when I'd start to like look to not be in the lane quite as much. And like Windranger doesn't have a ton of great options, right? But like if you were to clear this wave, you could like go check a bounty. I guess we don't see any. I don't know if it's a replay bug. I don't know if somebody already got this on your team. But like those are the things you like could do, or like go like start a camp and like stack one or something, and then be back for the 4-minute rune. So what I would be thinking here is like I'm just gonna walk up, click this range creep down to like power shot range, while a melee is like getting low from the other creeps, and then like just try and power shot the whole wave, getting the 2 CS with the power shot. I'm probably going to tank a Tidebringer or whatever, and then just to, like, attack down the other creeps, and then, like, get out of there, you know? Like, that's what you need to do against heroes like this. SF, Kunkka, like, if you just stand in the lane, they're just going to wear you down. Like, you just need to kill the creeps and, like, get the fuck out. So, yeah, you're, like, hitting him. At this point, like, these hits against him, like, they just don't matter at all. Yeah, you're kind of, like, just going for the normal CSing. Just like, you know, whatever. Okay, you made a miss of CS. But, like, you're obligated to now stay in this lane just longer, right? The way you play that, you're just staying in this lane a super long time. He's always going to be contesting you. He's going to be doing this random shit. Right? Whereas if you're just, like, clearing the creeps as fast as possible, like, he can't do this to you because then you're not there. You know what I mean? So, like, against matchups like this, it's really important to just not, like, put yourself in the lane as long as possible. Definitely would have taken a point in Shackle. Like you said, your win run's not helping you against the Kunkka. Versus, like, if you have a gank from, like, a Gyro or Dazzle or something. Like, your Shackle shot is what gives you the opportunity. Also, like, if he dives you or something, you know, getting a Shackle shot off could be helpful. I don't know. I don't see why you need a second point in win run. I don't play Windranger mid, so I don't know. Maybe that's just what you do. But I feel like in this matchup where it's not helping you that much, Yeah, here again, like, just hit the creeps, dude. Just hit the creeps. Stop hitting the Kunkka. Stop going for these denies, right? Like, this guy, plus, like, is hitting for 78 plus his Tidebringer, right? You're hitting for 65. Plus he's got a Quelling Blade. Like, you're just not going to, like, out-deny this guy. And it's just, you just, like, shouldn't even try, right? Like, this is what the matchup, like, says, like, you should do. Okay, you do get a point power shot now, but you're level 5, so you don't have a third point in... Or, sorry, you got a point in Shackle, but now you don't have a third point in Power Shot, which feels really bad, I think. I'm assuming that feels bad. Yeah, I just don't see the point in, like, clicking him. Like, you're spending all your time in the lane, you're not considering that you could, like, do other things. Like, if you go watch, like, high-level mid laners, they, like, clear the way fast, and they go do other things. I'm not saying you need to, like, be running around ganking with no power rune before 6 minutes, but, like I said, you could stack a camp. If you get lucky, you could, like, do a medium camp with a power shot, right? These are just things that increase your CS by, like, 3, 4 every 1 or 2 minutes. And meanwhile, you're not, like... You're not putting yourself in this guy's face, like, having to buy this extra salve because he's, like, harassing you. And you're still, like, clicking the Kunkka. So, like, obviously you just, like, didn't learn your lesson. So I want you to, like, moving forward, I want you to, like, in these harder matchups, just don't click the guy. Just do other stuff. Clear the wave, do other stuff. That's how you, like, get the most out of these lanes. If you're in a hard lane, don't stand around and, like, be in the hard lane. So, like, at this opportunity, this is, like, you had time. You cleared the wave semi-fast here with, like, 1 power shot earlier, and then you use a second one here, I think, for the range creep. Okay, boom. Right, the siege creep's not dying anytime soon. So you've got... The wave's back here. You've got, like, a solid, like, 10 seconds where you just don't need to be here. There's literally nothing to do. Like, the Kunkka could go on you. That's not ideal. The rune's coming up. So what I would do is I would just walk over here, stack, and then, you know, stack at 53, and then walk down here and hope the rune's here, you know? And then you've made a stack. And like, 1 creep is gonna die. Like, if we just watch by 6 minutes, so, like, let's say you're stacking right now, you missed this creep. So you missed 1 creep if you weren't here doing that. You literally would have missed 1 creep, and the rune would have spawned. And it wouldn't have been top. We see it's not top, but, like, it's the 50-50. You would have been at the rune at 6. It's, like, not ideal that you're not, but it's, like, because you're just sitting here under pressure is why you, like, can't be at the rune at 6. You could have been at this rune without being harassed at all at 6. And half the time it'll work. You'll get the rune, and you would have gotten the stack. You would have missed 1 creep, and then this guy's shoving into you, and then you just come, you farm under the tower quick, and then you, like, continue to play Dota, you know? Instead, this just sucks. And it's not your fault that it sucks, but it's like you're not doing anything to mitigate it from not sucking. And that's what you have to do in the hard mid matchups. I'm, like, not a high-level mid player, but I do know that when you're in a bad matchup mid, you're not supposed to sit mid like this. So this is what separates, like, you said you're legend. Like, this is what will separate you from, like a divine, ancient, like, an ancient low divine mid laners. Like, they know to not sit here in bad matchups. They just 100% know it. And, you know, I'm not saying they're going to play it perfectly, but they will do these mitigating things that I'm talking about. Like, I'm probably fucking divine mid because I'm bad. But, like, these are the types of things you have to be thinking about doing. Is, like, what can I do outside of the lane? So this is, like, kind of awkward. So he finished diving you. You're clearing this under the tower. Like, you do have the opportunity here to, like, leave again. You don't have a lot of time. Like, this is not a great time to leave. Unless you, like, straight up just don't want to be against him at all. Which, like, you sort of don't. But, like, if you're going to do anything here, I would just, like, stack the camp. Hopefully he's probably just going to shove it into your tower. So I would just, like, stack this camp. And then, like, come back. I guess you thought the rune was there. So I guess if you're going for the rune because you think it's there, that's fine. Unfortunately, it's not. You could have stacked the camp again. You're not really thinking about stacking. Like, Windranger's not a stack taking mid, but, like, you could with Power Shot. Or you could stack for your Medusa. I mean, even if somebody else takes it, it's still a good use of your time. And, like, if you had 4 points of Power Shot right now, like, if you're 1-4-1, like, you can farm stacks. You know, it takes probably 3 Power Shots. Probably takes, like, 30 seconds, but you can farm a stack. This is trash. You're responding to a gank against a stronger mid laner, and you don't even, like, have your item. Granted, it's almost here. But, like, you're missing a free as hell wave when you haven't been getting free waves at all. Like, your waves have been heavily contested. There's a very free wave that you could have taken first. Your Javelin could have came. And then, like, if this looks really good, you could TP when your Javelin's there. But, like, making this move before your Javelin's here is just bad. I'm just telling you, it's bad. Yeah, you don't get the Kunkka. Rip. If you had your Javelin, you almost would have got him. You just weren't ready. Making the moves before you're ready is just a bad move by definition. And like, yeah, like your team might get dove, but like if you can't help, you can't help, and you have to recognize that. Like, when can you help? Like, this is Javelin timing for sure. So you TP mid. Yeah, this is just really awkward because you have to walk base now, so now you can't help like any of your other lanes. I like you have a raindrop. That's pretty necessary against the Kunkka. Yeah, you used your ult. I don't know if that was necessary. This guy's just fucking. Okay, well. Okay, free lane mid. Rune's coming up. Do we care? Yes, we do. Cool, cool, cool. Got the rune. Very nice. Okay, you're power shooting from a distance to clear the wave. You're going on the Kunkka. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Nice play. He did not respect the damage. Alright, so now you're going base. Yeah, your TP up, you're checking out the other lanes. I like your camera movement right now, it's good. Seeing if you have an opportunity. Okay, you are looking for a kill top. Unfortunately, the tree is 6. That was a decent attempt. Decent attempt, decent attempt. You had the Ravage and everything. Oh, you're gonna die here. Next again. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, the Kunkka reacted. It took a long time for you guys to do. I think just conceptually, like, since you're a 5 stack and you have this Tide, like right, you're against a Brew, which is really hard. The Medusa's been kicked out of lane. I would rather, like, put the Tide bottom and make sure that this Brood's not taking your tower, and then possibly go on the Brood with, like, the Ravage if the Brood overextends, and, like, meanwhile the Medusa can, like, clear the pressure and clear the triangle, and like if they dive the Medusa, you can help her, and if they don't, like, you can look for kills on the Broodmother. Just like conceptually, since you're a 5 stack, I thought I'd mention that. Like, it's like for you to have this Tide against the Brood and then like not put him against the Brood and like just give him this like all this freedom right now. Like, if he was better, he'd be pressuring this tower super hard. The Tide just kind of shuts that down. You could have maybe even sent it earlier. I'm not going to focus too much on that because this is like a replay for you, not your whole team, but just thought I'd mention it. Like I said, this attempt was like wasn't that bad. So you TP bottom. Did the Tide die in that engagement? Just want to see what happened here. No, looks like you just went base, right? So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Like even like here, right? This Tide should probably just go bottom right now. Like, you should just walk bottom. Like, this is not helpable. Like, he's like a Tide with no Ravage and 1 point in Gush. Like you can't like do anything about this at this point. Whatever's just gonna happen is gonna happen. Like, you should just go bottom. Like you should just TP bottom right now, or walk. But you could TP since Brood's like here with a bajillion spiders. Like, you should just put himself in front of the tide right now. Instead, he doesn't. He TP's top. But you know, and now you have to go bottom. Cause it's like somebody should go bottom against this Brood. But like honestly, like a hero that's not good against Brood, like really should not go down and lane against Brood. Like pinging, but like your support is like not ready. It's a pretty hard kill attempt. Like I don't think you can set that up without like good vision. And like the gyro needs to like get his W off, and then you need to shackle while the rocket's like channeling, and then like a lot of things need to go right for that kill attempt to happen. So yeah, we've got our Maelstrom. This is real awkward now. Yeah, it like just doesn't make sense conceptually for you to be like playing down here against the Brood, because your hero just doesn't do that. Like your hero can kill the Brood with help, for sure, but like that's what I mean. Like if Tide's here and then you just rotate to Tide and he gushes and you shackle and you ult, right? The Brood can die, but like you can't just like straight up lane against this guy, because like he's just gonna run around and free farm and like he's gonna pressure you. You know, meanwhile your Tide's getting dove top or something. You know. There's just like a bad map configuration for you guys, and it's like part of why this game feels so awkward. I guess you're trying to punish the dives. Not the greatest attempt. Shackle shot attempt. Could you have gone for somebody else? Maybe you're trying to shackle him to the tree. Yeah, I mean, in hindsight, you probably should have just gone for support, because the Jug's like having a good game and he's like pretty tanky. This Jug is like just running you guys down. This game goes on longer though, so let's try and speed up a little bit, because presumably we get past this like really awkward stage, presumably, or at least a little bit. Yeah, again, your Tide just needs to be the one that's bottom. Now he's finally bottom. You're going BKB. What's happening here? So you just go on your team like super deep. Your Tide ravages nothing? It's unfortunate. Yeah, I hear you go top because nobody else in your team's going top while your team like tries to kill the Brood. It'd be nice if you were there, but like you guys don't have the ideal situation going on here. Like right here, maybe just try and be like in tune of what your team's doing. Your team's setting up an attempt on this Brood right now, especially with the Tide rotating over with like having Ravage. Like you cleared this, which was really nice, but like if you could just TP to this outpost right now and connect on this Brood, like if it works, like you guys are kind of desperate at this point. You've relieved some pressure top, and you showed, which is like kind of nice because your Brood wouldn't think now that you're here if he's paying attention, or down bottom. So if you were to just like TP to this outpost, which obviously takes a couple seconds, but like look at what your team's trying to do, right? Like your team cannot really, realistically, take on this Brood without you. Like you are the damage that kills this Brood mother. So like I would try and join this attempt. I think you kind of I was thinking maybe you could run bottom in the first place, but somebody needs to relieve this pressure, and the Medusa, I don't know, maybe it's not safer to do it, or she just wasn't doing it, I don't know. It doesn't really make sense that this Medusa's like participating in this, but like it'd be nice if you were. So I would like try to TP bottom here and connect with what your team's doing. Instead you're like kind of not paying attention, it seems like you haven't looked with your camera or anything. And then it like doesn't work. Your team doesn't like get the Brood, obviously, because like they have no damage, even if they locked him down. Yeah, I don't have anything to say about this fight in particular, because it's really awkward. You're just way behind, and you have no like. Your mechanism for like catching up is like you have to like go for a kill. Like you're a solo pick. You're like a pick off hero, right? So like you just need to play with like. Or your gyro needs to play with you, ideally, and you, like, find a pick-off. Or like you guys can like try and fight around Ravage and like burst somebody. But these fights are very awkward because you guys are like way behind, super early. It's like kind of a stomp, honestly. What I just want to see like what exactly happened here. Like obviously you got kind of clapped mid. So like all 3 of your lanes like lost. So these games are pretty difficult. This game goes on for 40 minutes. Wow, that's crazy. How's this game go on for another 22 minutes? It's insane. Actually, 25 minutes. It's insane that this game goes on for another 25 minutes. We're at 14k, 18 minutes. That's like way ahead. Just so you know, you guys are way behind. Like, no shot you guys should come back into this game. So I have no idea what happens here. Also, your lineup is just like not good at dealing with this brood. Oh, is this it? The shackle? Right, the shackle into the gyro stone. That's kind of what you needed. So cool, cool, cool. All right, this like play's kind of happening. It's like not working. Yeah, I think like continuing to like stick around here after you get this brood kill. Like they've all shown up, and you don't have Ravage. So like nothing that happens here is productive for you. So it's time to like cut your losses, like let whoever is gonna die, and like go put pressure on the map, like fix the map. So that would mean like somebody could come bottom, probably not you, just based on where you are right now. Like you can't walk through what's happening. But like there are no more kills to be had here without Ravage, and you don't have your ults, right? So like go pressure this tower, push the lane out, like jungle this camp or something, right? Be placed aggressively on the map. Let them do whatever they're doing here. Ideally, somebody comes down here and like pushes this out a bit, and then like you guys can TP back if they're like pressuring mid super hard and you want to fight with the Ravage in 30, right? There's just like nothing else to be gained by sticking around here. You're not killing anybody else. You have to recognize that, and as soon as you do, as soon as you recognize that like there's nothing else to do, like just go out on the map and like farm, hit creeps, advance as far as you can safely. Like if they're all mid, right, you can be top safely. So, you know, like going back to base with like 3/4 HP and like half mana. It's like really unnecessary, especially with your TP being up. And yeah, so nobody's like getting out on the map right now for your team, so you're gonna be in the box. The box is like when they're way ahead, they want to lock you in this little box that is your base. And maybe out to the tier 2s if you still have them. Right, this is the box, and they want you to be in the box. And your whole goal, like when you're way behind like this, is to like get out of the box and like make them come try and kick you out of the rest of the map so that they can't just like stand out here, free farm, kill you if you leave, right? It'll separate them, which allows your team to perhaps like, you know, be grouped and then like get a small pick off. Like if they see like 3 heroes out here, right, maybe they could go solo kill somebody top. This is just all like relates back to this concept. Like so like you need to be outside of the box. Don't put yourself in the box intentionally. Like somebody needs to like run down this lane, which you have like full vision of. It's safe to do so, and like just start hitting creeps and shoving this lane out and like hitting some of these jungle creeps. Like this is farm that you guys could be taking that nobody's taking, which is just gonna make your net worth lead continue to like tank. So this is just like mitigation of being really far behind. It's like just what you need to do. Like sitting around mid is 5. Waiting for something to happen when they're 15k ahead, not gonna work. Because this is what they want. They want to like fight you over and over. They're up 15k. Every fight they take, they should win. Alright? I mean, especially if they're not like going high ground against you or something. Like you have no advantage when taking fights in this area. Their vision is gonna be better, their items are better, their levels are better, right? There's nothing to be gained by like taking some weird scrappy mid fight here. You have to like separate them first. And like, yes, in low MMR, like they'll do this wrong, but like if these guys just played better, like what you're doing right now is psychotic. It's just psychotic. Because you didn't have like vision that like the Kunkka wasn't there. You didn't have vision that like the Jug wasn't there. You just kind of walked up and got lucky that 2 supports were standing there alone. But that's just luck, honestly. Like that was a psycho move. Like right, somebody could still be bottom. Somebody could be bottom farming this, etc. All that good stuff. So I guess this is their throw. They're basically throwing here. Okay, so you TP base, you got out after you killed the Jug. So okay, I mean that was good what you got. I mean they're just kind of like playing it badly versus like you guys, no offense, are like not doing anything special to like get back in this. They're kind of like just like presenting themselves to you in like not grouped formation. Yeah, so like you run back. Oh, we lost sound somehow. So you run back like, right, you TP back, which is like, okay, like I need you to like move out on the map. Like I need you to want to move out on the map, like away from this small box, right? This camp is like Medusa's like only camp, right? She's farming the mid wave, she's farming this camp, and then there's going to be no camp here, right? And maybe she could farm this one, right? Don't take your Medusa's farm, right? Just run and take this one, and this one, and this one, right? Medusa doesn't want to come out here. She's, like, slow and scared, right? But you can do this. You can farm these camps, right? Especially when you see them all top. It's like, don't take your Medusa's farm, right? Get out on the map. Leave the safe farm for your squishy, slow carries, right? You're pinging this Kunkka. I mean, you saw Jug bottom, but, like, who's helping you kill this Kunkka? Like, your Medusa? You and Medusa gonna solo down this Kunkka right now? Right? You don't have your tide. Like, is this guy gonna stay mid forever? Is your gyro gonna like TP mid and come? Like, I don't know. This play seems like not that good. Like, it's just like like this is probably not gonna work, right? Like, why do we think this is gonna work? Shocker, it doesn't work. And like all you've done here by hanging around here is like you've given time for their team who are all tops just like walk over. And now you've gotten your team into a big fight. For what? Like, there's no way this goes well. Even if it does go well, it's crazy. Yeah, I mean, this is dying. This is kind of your fault. Right? Just try and be more cognizant of, like, what you can do. Like, I don't know. You and Medusa were never killing that Kunkka, right? And, like, conceptually, be out on the map taking the farm, right? Make them come chase you. Make them split up. Don't go on the guy mid. It's so easy. If you go on the guy mid, it's so easy for anybody that was top to connect, so easy for anybody who was farming his jungle to connect, and then all of a sudden you're putting yourselves in a 5v5 and you're like way down. I know you don't see you're down 17k, but like you have to know, right? Like you know you're behind in this game. Like you can't just take these like random fights mid and hope they work. I mean you can when you're really low on MR. That's like what happens and like people like fuck it up, but if you want to get into like Ancient and Divine and like, you know, play better Dota, like this stuff's not gonna work. So here, I guess they just push your high ground? Is that what's happening? Yeah, they kind of just push your high ground with no Aegis. I mean, in theory, yeah, this is a good start. You like dove your high ground and didn't have BKB. You got the Kunkka. Oh no. Yeah, and then Jug comes in and like cleans you guys up. Okay. Honestly, all things considered, I think you did kind of what you needed to do there. They were like kind of diving your high grounds like psychos, so you tried to punish. So it's like reasonable. Oh no, our Medusa! So they're going high ground with Aegis, which is very low skill. So maybe we get to punish this when we respawn? This Rubik's a psycho. Alright. They go high ground, no Aegis, and dive you. Alright, assuming a fight doesn't happen here, it's like, what do we need to do? It just goes back to the box thing, right? Get out on the map, shove out lanes as far as you can, safely. Maybe going bottom here is a little sketch, since we, like, no Jugs here, but, like, also, like, we have kill threat on this Jug, right? So, you don't need to be too scared of him. I'm not saying you need to, like, go hunt him, but I'm saying, like, if you come down here to farm this wave, and he walks down here to farm this wave, like, maybe you kill him, right? I see the Brood, so you're chasing the Brood. Oh, good attempt, good attempt. Yeah, but now you're all farming on top of each other is awkward. This Brood is, like, kind of giving you guys the business with the jukes. So like here, like once this Brood shenanigans are over, right? Like Brood is top. Like just try and push out bottom a little bit, right? See what happens. Try and push this out a little bit. Like nobody's trying to get out of the box. And honestly, Dusa can't do it. Like if Dusa was doing it, he'd be a psycho. If he had Mantle Illusions, he could be sending Mantle Illusions down side lanes. But like, right? You're way down. You need to like spread out. Try and get out here. Ideally, have like a ward down. Like maybe they deward it, but maybe they don't. And like get some access to some farm and like ideally split them up. Like you're just letting them do whatever they want by always staying in this like little ball. And like, yeah, maybe they come pick you off, but like, you know, you got a BKB, just BKB TP. Okay, now you're finally doing it. Wow, your team is getting gone on. That's unfortunate. We don't get the jug. Yeah, the jug is a hard kill for us because we're just way behind. Like, normally you can kill the jug, but he's like just way ahead, so. Guess you're coming back to your base again. I mean, I guess you guys just have no vision. Yeah, I take Roche. Yeah, honestly, I think I'm going to end the replay analysis here. I mean, it seems like they're just, like, kind of poorly executing their lead, but, like, nothing crazy happens between 28 minutes and the end of the game, right? Oh, no, they, like, majorly throw, apparently? Maybe we can skip ahead a little bit. Just skip ahead. It's not that like it's not important, but we've gone on a long time, and I think we've addressed most of the important stuff. And like I'm just gonna repeat myself on this box concept probably because you're like not doing it. But like when you're behind, that's like all you can do is like try and get them out on the map and split them up. And I don't want to just keep saying that over and over. But let's skip to when I don't know, the gold lead gets back under 10k. It's like what goes on here, and is there anything we can do at that point maybe better to like completely flip the game? Obviously you're still down. But it seems like they probably just throw here. So you get the jug. They try to go like your high ground, I guess. You have items now, so you got a hex. So let's think about this. What have we got? We've got a blink now, we have a hex, we've got a crystallis. Okay, so we're doing some right click damage. The hex seems pretty reasonable. I like the hex, honestly. It seems like legit. Dude's just got items. Our giant's got items. See, we've got items. Okay, let's see. Let's watch from here. And this is gonna be a long video. Good for you, I guess. Getting the Rubik on the hex. Very nice. So you guys are pushing. Wow, your team got the Brood. Okay, so yeah, so you guys are way ahead here. So the most important thing you can do in this situation is to like just have your lanes out as much as possible and like try and take this outpost. Try and regain some semblance of map control that you haven't had all game, right? Extra pickoffs at this phase are great. Like this. Like this is great. Like if you can keep killing them and not allow them to like regroup as 5, that's awesome. Yeah, gold leads 5k here. So you guys like throw it back, honestly, is what happens. Not that like you should like go on to win this game from here, right? But like I think you guys lose like fairly soon, which means you kind of just like throw away your big lead. So yeah, like pushing this tower, not a thing. Not a thing. Like, right, they're dead on multiple heroes, great. Like, just get the lanes out and get the map control. Like, it's about the vision right now. Like, you're not barreling down, taking, like, 3 buildings in a row and, like, raxing them. Like, you're just not, right? When you're turning a losing game back into a close game, the name of the game is the map control. So, like, the lanes, you want them to be out, right? The lanes have been into you all game, right? We want the lanes to be out on them. We want some vision to be up so we could fight under a ward. And ideally, we'd like honestly, the outpost isn't that important. I have a thing for outposts. Maybe the outpost doesn't matter that much, but like, and then be grouped together while they're doing this. So like, pushing in mid, great. Hitting mid tower, awful, terrible, right? Your Deuce's doing a nice job. Honestly, your Deuce you guys should not be like hitting this, right? You should have pushed in the mid lane and then like try to get a ward up either here or up here, like an aggressive ward to play under. Your Medusa pushing out bottom was decent, but at this point, he needs to like Manta, send Mental Illusions down the lane, and then like reconnect with your team immediately. And wow, you guys don't have this tier 1. That's sad. And then honestly, you guys should probably just like run over to your Tide, reconnect, take this tower, and then like look for like your next fight as a team is what you should do here. Like hitting towers together at this point, like when you're in a close game and you win a fight, you take an objective off of it. When you're way behind and you win a fight, like, you just get map control. Like, you don't take objectives. Like, the fights you win when you're behind get you into a close game, like, where you can get some more map control. Because objectives only happen, like, safely and correctly when you have, like, the map control and map positioning to do them. Like, they're not... Like, otherwise you're forcing it, right? Even if you're winning, if you don't have the map control and you just force an objective, it can be bad, right? You're just forcing it. And this is, like, you're forcing it when you're not even... ahead. So Definitely don't force it here. Take it a little bit slower. Get some good vision down. Like, get the lane in for sure. Like, and then, you know, if you push this lane in and then you don't show, and this Rubik shows, like, you can just blink Hex, kill him, right? But, like, if you're showing on the tower, like, they can just go on you, right? They still have, like, a ton of items. So this is just kind of psycho from you to be hitting this tower. It's just not important. I just want you to see that this tower is not important right now. Try and go in the jug. He's got the basher, though. Yeah, so we basically, like, made the game harder on ourselves. And, like, right now that we've lost both supports mid for, like, no real reason, we have no chance of, like, holding this map control that we just had the opportunity to get. Like, the map control opportunity we've had is now gone. They are now stronger on the map with more heroes, and we're, like, all split out on our cores. Our supports are giga important in this phase in the game, obviously. And what's going to happen is you're going to go back in the box, and they are going to retake all the map control, and then you're going to lose from there. Because you guys made this, like, really awful play mid. Right? You need to be off those opportunities. You need to be getting map control, but then getting vision up and trying to take the next good fight and not pressuring these objectives for no reason. That's what so many people mess up about, like, these, like, close game, or, like, when they're behind and then they, like, start to come back. That's how you mess it up, is, like, you try and force these objectives before you're ready to do it. So, like, you guys are all spread out. You don't have any map control anymore. You don't have any vision anymore. And they're just going to take a great fight against you, probably, in their own vision. Or they're just going to, like, get another Roshan, because you have no way to stop them from getting another Roshan. Oh, they did. They just jug. Yeah, they just got a Roshan. So I'm going to wrap the replay up here. You guys obviously just go on to lose this fight in the game. Hopefully this was helpful, man. Lot to think about in your, like, laning against these harder matchups. Like, really be looking to do other things, like going to make stacks, clearing the creep wave out fast so that you have more time to do these other things. Just coming back to mid to clean it up under your tower. And then when you're in that situation where you're behind, like, really look to, like, be getting out on the map and, like, pushing, you know, and, like, yeah, if you walk out here, like, you want to push this lane out and make them come chase you, right? Push it out as far as you can safely if you see them all in your triangle, right? You push it out to here. But just when you do that, make sure you don't, like, hit the tower. Like, that's where people mess it up. It's like they're out on the map, great, and they're farming, great, and then they, like, start hitting this tower, and they just, like, the enemy sees you standing still hitting a tower, and they just, like, come kill you. So, like, shove the lanes in, like, and then farm jungle, right? Show off map, or only show, like, on the lanes where you can, like, quickly escape into the trees or something. That's, like, kind of how you want to go about doing that. We could talk more about execution, I guess, if you did it in the first place, but there's not really much to talk about here because you weren't really ever doing it. So yeah, hopefully that was helpful, dude. Let me know if you have any questions. Hit me up on Discord or whatever. But yeah, thanks for signing up. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, sub to the channel. And if you want to be coached by me, check the link in the video description. You can join my Discord there, and there's all the information there on how to sign up.